The areas of contention are very few, in my opinion. The bill tried to address the issue of regressive taxation. The bill is trying to put Nigeria in the path of progressive taxation. And the progressive taxation is a situation where the higher you earn an income, the higher tax you pay. In many countries, they practice what we call taxation of high net worth individuals. High net worth individuals in the sense that the rich and the super rich are the one paying the taxes for the benefit of everybody, including the poor. And that is the objective of taxation. The objective of taxation is for redistribution of income. You get taxes from the rich in the society for the benefit of the poor. That's why I say taxation is a physical tool used for redistribution of income and wealth. So when you get taxation from the rich, you provide free medical program, free education, which the poor people will benefit. You can see the redistribution of income. So the current tax reform bill is trying to address that. We have a situation where countries in United Kingdom today, UK, about 5% of the top taxpayers contribute to almost 80% of the entire income tax generated. Even in United States, about 10% of the top taxpayers contribute to almost 90% of total income tax generated. Even in South Africa here, 1% of top taxpayers contribute to almost 90% of income tax generated. So they are implementing taxation of high net worth individuals. And that is exactly what we expected to implement here. But again, we need to put the bills together so that we can implement it. We have a situation where the rich here are not really paying the taxes. But those that are paying the taxes are even the middle class. If somebody will go, I could remember the situation where somebody went to buy a property worth $1 billion in the part of the country, and they asked the person to bring a tax clearance certificate, and the person, it seemed that the person was paying 100,000 naira as income tax. So the question is that what kind of tax system are you operating that somebody will buy a property of $1 billion in a country, and you say bring your tax clearance certificate, has an income that is making him pay tax of 100,000. So this is exactly what this tax reform bill is trying to address, to make sure that Nigeria is on the path of progressive taxation. The super rich, the rich, have to pay the taxes for the benefit of the poor. I know that one of the major challenges we have in the country is implementation. We have super laws, bills are moving, acts are coming out, but again, implementation is a major problem, because sometimes when it comes to implementation, those who are supposed to implement it, do they have the lever? Do they have what it takes to say, no, this must be in line with the laws and the spirit of the laws? But first of all, let the bills go through. Let them come as laws of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, and let us see how it can be implemented. So that is one of the interesting aspects of the bill, to put Nigeria in the path of progressive taxation. Under the contentious area is still VAT. VAT is contentious in two ways. You know, the committee proposed the rate move from 7.5% to 10%, from 10% to 12.5%, and 12.5% to 15%.
Yeah.
The governors are the view that no, we can't increase the rate now. Let us keep it at 7.5%. And yesterday, when I was in the Senate Committee for Public Hearing, majority of the memorandum is still saying keep the VAT rate at 7.5%. Most of the submissions are still saying keep the VAT rate. And my position is that the VAT rate should be at 7.5% for now, because one is, federal government is trying to achieve a single-digit inflation. That is the aim. The federal government will say, we want to achieve a single-digit inflation. So if you want to achieve a single-digit inflation, you don't engage in expansionary fiscal policy, where you start increasing the VAT rate. And again, the ideology that VAT rate has to be increased for VAT revenue to be increased is not true. You can employ tools to increase the VAT revenue without increasing the rate. There's a lot of leakages. I'll give you an example. Around 2013, when I was in the United States, as I lodged in a hotel, as I was paying for the bill, hotel bill, the sales tax was instantly deducted and remitted to the government instantly.
From you, in addition, or from?
No, yes, they have to collect the sales tax from me. So as they are collecting it, it is instantly remitted before the receipt to be generated to me. So you can see there is a system where you don't allow the person who collects the VAT to keep it and decide to choose how much you're going to pay to government.
Or when to pay.
Exactly when to pay. It is an instant thing. So when you put systems in places, you can, this VAT you are generating can even generate times 3. If you are generating 1 trillion, you can even generate 3 trillion.
Because you know why this looks a bit like what we've always gone through. A lot of people hold the view that laws have never been the problem of Nigeria. There are laws. I'm sure, for instance, that the existing laws did not say only 30% of Nigerians will pay tax. How did we arrive at that? Yenre asked me this morning if I pay tax. I've always worked for government, so mine is taken instantly. You said it is redistribution of wealth.
Yes.
So who pays? And I'm beginning to, in fact, I was asking, I said, what's the percentage of civil servants? I hope it's not only civil servants that are paying the taxes, you know. But how do we get to, at the end of the day, we could go through all of this if we don't devise a means of implementation that works, that will give us close to 100 or even 100% of collection, then it's an effort in futility.
Exactly, because the bills are okay. The laws need to be there, but our major problem in Nigeria has been implementation. I've been able to say some ideas to government agencies, but again, especially the revenue authorities, it's about implementation. How do you get people to start paying taxes? Because the majority of Nigerians are not paying taxes, especially those in the informal sector. Those in the formal sector, organized private sectors are paying taxes. You are working in the bank or in NTA or in AIT, and they are paying you salary, are deducting your pay and remitting it. But what of our brothers and sisters who are in the market, who are doing their businesses? Are they paying taxes? That's the question. Now, we have what we call institutional mechanism to combat tax evasion and tax avoidance. And what is this institutional mechanism? You put in place things that people will demand, and when they are demanding for it, ask them, where is evidence of the taxes you have paid? For example, your driving license expired, and you're approaching the VIO for driving license. Let's see the evidence of tax you've paid. Your vehicle license expired. You want to go for international passport. You want to get loans from the bank. There's institutional mechanisms. There is no how you will go to a point or the other. Or even in immigration, you want to get your international passport, they will ask you, where is evidence of your tax clearance certificate? Or evidence of the tax paid? Are we really implementing it? I could remember when FCT IRS gave a circular to VIO, to road safety, to all agencies of government. This is in the law that anybody coming for these services must show that the person is paying tax. But the question is, are those agencies really implementing it? Are they really implementing it? So
it's more of increasing, widening the
tax net, exactly.
The tax net, to
exactly.
get more people
So
to pay.
we have to go beyond the laws. The laws are good, they need to be in place, because one thing about taxation is that without a law, there is no tax. Before you tax people, you must put in place the legal framework before you can tax people.
All right.